So all of them are going to be present, but I think it's a question of how do I meet my client where they're at and where are we going to start from and what is our focus going to be?
Let's talk a little bit about leadership coaching and that path because it's similar to life coaching, but there are some unique differences.
Teresa, share with us a few of what might be some of the distinctions if someone were to see life and leadership to help them even go, how would I discern which of these paths might be for me?
I think in the leadership space, some of the things, it's obvious if you tear apart the word, right? Leadership is everywhere. But I think the distinction that we might make here is you're coaching around helping others grow many times in a professional space when you're doing leadership coaching. We've talked leadership coaching. So let's talk about a new kind of language to me that we have seen develop, and we have seen a lot of people say, I want to be a Christian life coach. Sometimes I feel like the desire that we see and hear is, I really want to coach with people around their deeper relationship with God. Lindsay, going back to your own story and what you're seeing, what is a spiritual formation coach?
The focus of this type of coaching really is on your relationship with God. And when you're talking with someone about that, you're going to specifically look at the spiritual rhythms and practices that person has to create space for their life with God. That is a means to an end, that we order and align our days in a way that makes space for God to do what only He can do.
The real life process is coming from that place of who am I being, how am I living, and what am I doing? So you've heard us talk about all three of those ways of being, doing, and living. Again, just to clarify as listeners for you, these are not the only paths, but these are the paths that we have identified here at the Real Life Process that we see our coaches on, and we see them showing up and shining the light of their faith within these three areas.
I think so much of it is paying attention to where your client is and what they are desiring to focus on. If they are wanting to cultivate their life with God, as a coach, I know that is going to touch every area of their life. If they come in with an issue of a decision, a big life decision, and they want life coaching, you know that's going to touch into their being in their life with God. And it's also going to impact their leadership. So all of them are going to be present, but I think it's a question of how do I meet my client where they're at and where are we going to start from and what is our focus going to be?